Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at Runerigus. Runerigus is an interesting Pokemon in the current meta here because this Pokemon has access to Rock Tomb, and with that it actually is a very cool say-stop in this meta. We're going to not run any kind of stab charge moves here, we're just going to have stab Shadow Claw for it because that's all that we need. What we want to have here is a great core with our lead of Scissor and the Stunfisk in the back. And we're going to see already in the lead, it's going to be a bit of a difficult matchup for us. It's going to be Pangoro. But this is already in my video earlier as well towards Pangoro in this meta. We know how to play around it. We know that we can go for the Trailblaze here. And with that, they're still going to be able to get to another move, but we're going to be able to boost ourselves up. And we're also going to be able to use a shield here. In hindsight, maybe it's actually better to go for Night Slash. Could be the case as well, but at the end of the day, we are going to be able to align ourselves. Getting out that Clodsire. With that, we're going to have two ground types in the back that are going to be able to resist the fast move of the opponent here. Here, even double resisting the poison type damage. And as you're going to see as well, Runerigus has the bulk to survive those hits. And if you wonder why does he go for the Rock Tomb here, it's to survive another Earthquake. This is going to force the opponent to stop out of here or lose this matchup. Because, no, Earthquake is not going to be enough to knock us out, not even coming close to it. And we're going to get that Rock Tomb onto the next Pokemon, which otherwise we would have not been able to do. Rock Tomb comes through, and in comes again our Scissor. Loaded with energy of being able to go for those Night Slashes in order to pressure down this Credilli, getting that instant double boost onto the attack. Of course, going to help out here. And with that, the opponent had enough. They didn't even see our final Pokemon, and they decided to forfeit here already. So, let's move on to the next opponent, where we're going to encounter Pangoro again in the lead. Again, I'm going to keep going for the Trailblaze here, not just looking at it, maybe it is better to go for the Night Slash, not too sure about it. At the end of the day, the opponent always gets to two moves. What we want to do here is, we want to actually never mind. Oh, here they're going to go into the Talonflame. That is horrible for us. We're going to get the fast move through from the opponent as well. That is really not ideal. Actually, I think Trailblaze is the better move to go for because I know the matchup myself actually out of the Pangoro version of it matchup. If you go for the Night Slash with a Scissor, you're not going to put the Pangoro into a range where they are going to go down yet unless you boost yourself up with that Night Slash. And so I think it's better to go for the Trailblaze, which is giving you a guaranteed win in the you shield once and the opponent doesn't shield at all scenario, or if the opponent shields just shields once and you shield twice, you're also going to be able to win that matchup to align yourself. I think it's going to be the better way. Anyway, of course, we're now in a very, very tough spot here. We are in a very, very tough spot. We don't want to have that matchup that we just had there. But at the end of the day, Fortress has a one big weakness here, and that's actually going to be Runerigus. Runerigus typing is really good against the Fortress, unless they run Earthquake, which they don't do here because Phantom doesn't do damage. The fast move is resisted, and Rock Tomb is resisted, which means it's going to be a very good matchup here. And we're going to see now the Pangoro come back in, and I stopped out of here. In hindsight, I guess that was a mistake. Oh, never mind, the opponent forfeits anyway, but it's alright for us. And we can move on to the next one, where we're going to encounter a Pokemon that we don't want to see with our Say-Stop, but is it actually like just broken on the screen there as well, like on the right side? I actually didn't realize. I think the swap menu is like a little bit broken on the used version. There's like the black borders around it. That's kind of hilarious. Anyway, we can play out the lead matchup. We're going to be able to stop out now into our Stunfisk, which is going to encounter a matchup that we are kind of happy with. We're going to have here Stunfisk against a poison type Pokemon. That is exactly where we want to face it, because now we're going to have super effective damage. Issue is, the opponent is also super effective damage. It's going to be Drapion. Drapion is just going to have access to those awkward tails, and they are quite awkward for us to deal with. As I go stop out here into the Scissor, where I am going to be forced to use a shield here. It's going to be a bit awkward as well as a matchup. And I'm not too sure if we're going to be able to win this here now or not. We see here, we're going to have the charge move coming through from us. They're going to shield this move up. I'm going to be able to outspeed them, but they stop out into the Moltres. And I'm like, why the hell did I not go ahead and go for the other move? Why did I not just go ahead and go for Discharge? It covers the swap in, it covers everything, and with that, we're just going to lose here, right? Do we lose here? I am honestly not too sure, because what we will see here is that the opponent goes for their move. That's alright, we still survive, and the Scissor comes back in. I can go for the Brutal Swing, but can we still get the KO here? It's going to be close. Brutal Swing is not stab, but it does a lot of damage, enough for one fast move, and this is going to be it for this one. We can move on to the next opponent. We will face up against the Shadow Magnarian. Shadow Magnarian has a lot of attacks, and with that, it is going to be a bit of a tough one to deal with here with a Pokemon that doesn't have a lot of defense, right? This is going to be the issue here. Sucker Punch is just doing so much damage. You have Crunch, which is going to do a lot of damage as well. And then you have Poison Fang, which can drop my defense. And so I played quite risky against it, and it did not work out. The opponent actually generated energy faster than I expected, getting to 2 crunches here, leaving me with basically just 1 Pokemon after just the first matchup, with the Altaria now up against our Runerigus. While Runerigus is in a very solid matchup here, I am still not too sure if this is going to work out for us. We have the Rock Tomb now coming through, and this is going to allow us to get some damage onto them. We're going to get the debuff onto them as well. We have to let the move go here, I think, at this point. Or do we? I actually want to shield. I don't know what's in the back there yet. We don't really know what they're going to have there yet. I can go for the Brutal Swing Spam now. I have a Rock Tomb stored for whatever they have there. It really needs to be something that I can deal with quite well. Let's see what it's going to be. It's going to be Scissor. We can go for a charge move here, but we have to catch the move, basically. As we will see here, the opponent decides to use a shield. We can go for another charge move. And now it's a guessing game. Do they go for that charge move as well? We have 1 move stored already on our Stunfisk, and they go for their move, expecting me to swap out. Of course, I'm a regional winner. I'm not too surprised. Well done there. We can move on to the next opponent. We could have won this maybe if I played a bit better. Let's take a look here at the next opponent. We are going to see, the Lantern. That is going to be an interesting one. Is they going to be able to go for some nice damage here with our Trailblaze? Well, my backline is going to be part ground type, of course, and with that having super effective coverage, maybe. Our Sales Up absolutely doesn't. It has a really bad matchup there, and our Closer there as well doesn't really have the greatest matchup either. Anyway, we're going to be able to mostly get rid of them here anyway with our lead just now, and so it's just going to be a Runerigus against us now. That's kind of funny. And if they have the same moveset that I have, they actually would be kind of walled by... Like, we would be able to deal quite solidly with it by, with our Stunfisk. So, yeah, sadly, the last 2 Pokemon they have now are going to be Pokemon I don't want to face with my Runerigus. It's their opponent's Runerigus, and it's their Pangoro. Pangoro having its 2 Night Slash, and their Runerigus, of course, being able to go for their Shadow Ball or their Brutal Swing. What we didn't see here, what I only know now, is the opponent actually got their double boost again immediately here with a Pangoro, which changes the entire matchup. Because like this, I'm not surviving the Night Slash. I'm taking so much more damage from them here as well. I would have been able to either force them into going for the close combat, which allowed me then to farm them down, or would have allowed me to go for my charge move with my Stunfisk, and I would have been able to win the battle as well. As you can see here, this was a double boosted Night Slash that just hit us. That is kind of ridiculous. It just... changes the entire matchup. I could have most won this battle if this didn't happen. It did happen. It won them the battle. Good game to the opponent. We can move on to the next one, where we will see here now an Altaria. That's going to be an okay for us. That's going to be definitely solid, as you're going to have here some nice damage coming through from the fast move and the Night Slash. Of course, we're still going to be forced to use shields against any charge move from them, as even a Sky Attack does a lot of damage. Flamethrower, of course, just one-shots us straight away. And I make a mistake there. I wanted to go for my charge move, one fast move earlier, but I guess I just over-tapped or whatever with it as well. That is kind of awkward, because now they're going to go ahead and go into their Dunsparce. And in which Pokemon do I going to go now? I decided to stay in here, actually. I decided to stay in here and play it out a little bit. I was wanting to swap out now after one more fast move, but the opponent actually goes straight for their move, which is smart by them. It's awkward for me now, but as we will see, we're going to have here the opponents, going up against us with their own Dunsparce. Drillrun is coming through. This is going to be okay. We can go for a charge move here as well. And as you will see, this is going to be a nice Brutal Swing coming in. We can go for another charge move there, and we have here now hopefully the KO, but it's still going to be awkward because the opponent still has a shield left. It's a Scissor in the back. So they catch the move as well. I couldn't believe that. That's going to be so horrible for us. I had to undercharge, I had to try to get energy here, but like we are basically in a position where we have no chance. If they would have not caught the move there, we would have been actually in a great spot there, but like this, we are not. Like this, they're going to be able to go for the shield, and like this, we are just going to be in an awkward position, as we will see the attack boost coming up for them. This has knocked them out now fast to win this battle. I highly doubt it. Oh wait, Stunfisk is broken, and we're going to win this battle. Next up is going to be a Lantern again in the lead. But this time around, this Lantern is a little bit different. This Lantern is going to run Spark as a fast move, which means we can swap out. We do double resist the fast move now here, which is going to be better for my backline, generally speaking. They go for the Surf. I just rather shield the first one because I have access to the move Rock Tomb, so it's not too bad for us. We're going to be able to debuff them, which means we're going to take less damage now from them. And we have the swap out now into the Scissor. I can go for the Rock Tomb. This is going to allow us to get that shield from them. And we see as well, we're going to be able to go into our own scissor to catch the move. I'm not too sure if this was the smartest idea. I should have most likely went ahead and went for my Stunfisk instead, because we would have been able to, not resist the damage, but take less damage from them. Here I was hoping I would be able to win the CMP tie as well, but I didn't. And so yeah, we are sadly going to go down there. We're going to have the Runerigus now up against the opponent's scissor. And as we will see, we are going to have the Charge coming through, Brutal Swing coming in here. And we still going to have the Lantern in the back, so we have to still deal with this Pokemon. I gotta let the move go here. I kind of have to believe in my Stunfisk. There's no other way of me really winning this one here. And so it's quite awkward. We're going to have the Mud Bomb coming in. And this is going to allow us to get the shield from the fortress. But it's all down to our Stunfisk, and it's just not really looking great, is it? Like, we're gonna get them low, at least low below like kind of half the health there, which is kind of alright for us. But as you're gonna see, this is still a bit awkward. This is still the Phantom coming in. We are very, very low on health, and the fast moves are just doing a lot. And so, yeah, Mud Bomb is going to knock them out here now, but we're not going to have enough health to reach another charge move. And so, oh, never mind. Or are we? Sadly, though, it's not going to be enough to knock them out, but it's going to be enough to get a draw here. And that's kind of funny to get farmed down by a triple resisted Spark from a Lantern. So, next up here is going to be, what's called the Diggersby. Diggersby is going to be up here next against us. Fire Punch is coming through. This is going to do barely any damage, and they sub out to the Wicked Dive, and honestly, it's not too bad of a matchup. Because we're going to be able to, drop the attack there, it's going to be alright. It's not a great matchup, don't get me wrong. We're just still kind of hard losers matchup, but it's not like completely lost generally, because you're gonna debuff them so much to the point where we can even maybe reach another move here. But I actually can stop out into my scissor, let the move go, farm down, win that matchup, still have my Runerigus with a bit of energy left there, and I can go ahead and just go for another charge move. This is going to be the Trailblaze coming in. There's the Mana Burst now coming in as well. And we have another charge move coming in. That's going to be the Night Slash here, of course, which is going to do just a tiny bit of damage. I just kind of want to put them into range where Stunfisk can win that. But I'm just going to let my scissor go now, and I hope that Stunfisk is going to win the battle for me. They're going to have still have, of course, a Diggersby, but I was hoping I can catch the move here. I can't, but I can go for a Brutal Swing. I just need to get like chip damage against the opponent the entire time. That's my only goal here, just to get them lower and lower. Can we even reach another one? Nope. They're going to go for the Fire Punch, of course, here in time. This is going to be awkward, as you know, going to have the Mud Bombs coming in. This is going to be a very close matchup, because we have a great matchup still with the last scenario there. We got the Diggersby already quite low. We have the shields that we still have for the Scorching Sand, but Scorching Sand also then again has a bit of an awkward one. So yeah, Mud Bomb is coming in here, shields coming up. We're gonna try our best to just shield this move here from the opponent. This is going to be, again, a very close matchup. Mud Bomb is coming through. We very likely have to take a hit from them, but can we still win this one? I am curious. We have the Discharge now coming through, expecting them to go for a shield here, expecting actually the catch on the Mana Burst as well. They're of course going to be able to go for Scorching Sands now, and now it's going to be awkward, because now what we will see is that there is going to be that Mana Burst coming in. We are forced to go for a Discharge, and this is a CMP tie. This is the best I could have done here. This is the best I could have done with a Stunfisk, but it's not. Oh, wait. They actually didn't go for the charge move. That is weird. Like, looked like a CMP tie. We can knock them out, and we have still the chance here of winning this one, but they are still going to get to their move. One fast move before I would get to my own. To be fair, I do think I would have got KO'd no matter what anyway, so like, it is what it is. We can move on to the next one. And I make a bit of a mistake here. I only realized at this point that they actually are running counter. They're not running the other move. They are not running, what's called even? They have Mud Shot otherwise, right? I guess they have Poison Sting. Yeah, Poison Sting is what they have as well. Do they have Mud Slap as well? I'm not like, I feel like Toxico has like basically any kind of fast move in the world at this point. But it's a bit more awkward for later on, because now I could have played it maybe out a bit better. They're gonna go into the Lantern now. That's just alright. This is going to be a matchup they can deal with. But I'm already quite low now on my lead, which maybe I just should show subbed out earlier there as well, because I have better matchup with my backline. I definitely should have subbed out just earlier there. But a Mud Bomb is coming in. Gonna get some shields from the opponent, but of course I have the fast move pressure that we don't have. And that is just a bit tricky, as we will see here now the sub out from us. I should have used the shield against the Surf. That is a mistake, absolutely. Like, thinking about it now, like, it's an absolute mistake. And I do think I maybe actually lose the battle because of this, because now I am running out of health, and I have 2 shields still left. I don't know what I try to do here, to be fair. They sub out even to the Toxic Rogue, and yes, I'm gonna lose this battle. Could have won this if I played it better. That is just, like, really bad played by me. Raging Test for the final battle here is going to be an opponent that, like, it's a player that I know still battling against them from literally the preseason. It's like one of the earliest players for the GO Battle League. And if someone still plays the GO Battle League after 5+ years, it is definitely kind of crazy. But, yeah, this is going to be an interesting matchup here. Like, I, of course, play the game as well for now 5+ years, trying to play GO Battle League for the entire time there. But here we're going to have a great matchup for ourselves. We're going to also see what they have in the back. It's going to be that Wigglytuff. And with that, we're going to have the Mud Bomb spam, which is going to be very cool for us. This is going to allow us to get some shields up. And we're going to get another Mud Bomb in. This is going to allow us again to get another shield from the opponent. This is all just the damage against us, against the opponent, which is even better. Of course, they don't have shields anymore. And with that, we're going to get the opponent into range where we kind of maybe put them even into the range for our other Pokemon, for our Runerigus, for even the resisted hit. It should be in range for our Brutal Swing. Let's see. They're still going to get to the move in time. We have to shield this move up. It's going to be super effective. But I think Runerigus has a lot of play now at the final matchup. As Togekiss comes back in, it's going to be such a close matchup. I'm not too sure if we're going to win this here or not. Because Togekiss is going to take this one because of the debuff of the Ice Event from that Wigglytuff. But can we win this? Ancient Power is coming through. This is the awkward thing here. For Togekiss, apparently the current main moveset is Ancient Power plus that Aura Sphere. And with that, we are actually going to be able to win this battle here. Good game, stay Raging Test. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I will see you then.